Hello folks, Angel here again, and welcome back to part 2 of Perk decks. So on the previous one I covered the burglar. Now moving on. Infiltrator. This perk deck here is fun to play with. There's a lot of damage that gets negated with you being a certain range away from enemies, and you increase your damage with every melee strike. Quite a nice one to play with. I'm just gonna compare Infiltrator with Sociopath just on this last card. The main thing here you need to remember is with a melee strike you gain 20% of all your health back, and it can't happen more than once every 10 seconds. Okay. Now one of my favorite ones, which I also like to mess around with, Sociopath. You unlock this by buying Hotline Miami 2 Digital Deluxe Edition. Alright. Now the reason why I like this one more than Infiltrator is because of this. Killing an enemy regenerates 30 armor. This is at close range. And this one, yeah, killing an enemy with a melee weapon regenerates 10% health. It cannot occur more than once every 2 seconds. Alright. And then here's another one. Killing an enemy at medium range regenerates 30 armor. And then the last one, this causes them to go into a panic state, like with the threat generation that I showed you guys in one of my earlier videos. So now you just make the police panic a little bit more. There was one more. Yes, this one. Killing an enemy with a melee weapon regenerates 10% health. Now you remember Infiltrator? 20% health every 10 seconds. So you see this one is much faster. So that's why I prefer Sociopath to Infiltrator. Gambler, another really good support skill. In short, what this whole perk deck does is when you kill an enemy and they drop those little red packets of ammo, when the person that has got this perk deck equipped picks up that packet, he gives himself ammo, he gives the team ammo, plus he heals the team as well, which is really nice. This is almost a must in every crew, I will say, because it keeps everyone stocked up on ammo and keeps their health up. It keeps the dodge builds health up, it keeps the muscles, the guys running loud builds, keeps them up. It just overall keeps everyone in a good state. Grinder, I'm going to cover Grinder with the dodge builds as well, because there's a whole thing I'm going to do with the dodge builds to explain them nicely so that everybody understands them. Yakuza, mostly focused on armor recovery. In other words, the amount of time it takes for your armor to come back. Alright, also a nice one to mess around with. Alright, ex-president. Now, I'm going to give you a very basic explanation of what ex-president does. It gives you slight bonuses to health and so on, but what it does, every time you kill someone, alright, you effectively start storing health, and whenever your armor recovers, that health is added onto yours. That is the very basic of ex-president. There is some other people in YouTube that have covered this in great detail, but that's the gist of it. Alright, a nice one. I wouldn't recommend it for Death Wish though. Yeah, not my favorite. Between these two, I prefer Maniac a little bit more, because it makes you extra tanky. What it does, whoever's got this in the crew, whenever they do damage and so on, it generates hysteria, and this gets added onto everybody. It's like a little blue bar that goes over your armor, and effectively when you take damage, that blue goes down first, and then you start losing your armor and then health, so on. Alright, yet another one. It will be good to go and watch a YouTube video where someone is physically playing in the game with Maniac to understand it to its fullest. Alright. Anarchist, I haven't unlocked this one yet. I haven't bought the DLC. But as far as I can see, what happens with this build, it's not like your armor works completely different. Instead of fully regenerating armor when out of combat, the Anarchist will continuously regenerate armor throughout the entire combat. Heavier armor regenerates more armor, but during longer intervals. Okay? So that will be the gist of it. And there's one section here where 50% of your health is converted into 100% more armor. So that's also quite nice. Alright, so you'll have a lot of armor and continuously be regenerating armor. Alright, and that's it for perk decks. As always, stay safe and see you next time. Cheers.